All right, guys, let's talk about the second Saturday game. The Baltimore Ravens heading into Buffalo to play the Bills. As of Wednesday, the Bills are 2.5-point favorites, and the point total is set at 49.5. Now, the Bills, they beat the Colts 27-24 last Saturday. It was by far, I think, my favorite game of the day. Josh Allen, he threw for 324 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. He put the team on his back, and they advanced. Now, the Ravens, they somehow did the unthinkable, right? They shut down Derrick Henry. They shut down, and whenever you do that, you usually shut down Ryan Tannehill, right? They let Lamar Jackson do his thing, 136 yards rushing for that man and a touchdown. They've now won 6 on the bounce. Jeff, Chelsa, this is a matchup that wouldn't look out of place for Super Bowl. What are you guys leaning? Bills 2.5, Ravens covering 2.5. How do you see it going, Chelsa?
Once again, I'm going to be on a teaser and a prop in this one. I think what stood out to me about the Ravens game wasn't Lamar Jackson. I know that the narrative is, oh, we finally won a playoff game. He's finally back. But it was that Ravens run defense. You said it in the intro. If you can stop Derrick Henry, you're doing something right. And that Ravens defense up front has looked totally different with Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams up front. So I think it's going to be tough sledding for the Bills here. However, I think I will be going to the props market as Lamar Jackson, his rushing total is 74.5 rush yards at -112. He's hit that number in 5 of his last 6 games, including 136 yards against the Titans. And then you have a Bills run defense giving up the 3rd most rush yards per game at 163 in the NFL. So that's where I'll be headed in this one.
I love it. Now, Jeff, you and I have talked about it many times over the season. The Bills defensively, their weakness is right in the middle, right? Go ahead and tell me how you think this game's going to go.
Well, I agree with Chelsa that, the Ravens are going to run the football, and they're going to run it with a bunch of people. It's not just going to be the Lamar Jackson show, whether it's J.K. Dobbins or whomever it is, they are going to run the football. They know that that's their best way to control the tempo in the game, to get up on top. I'm a little concerned about a comment I heard out of Lamar Jackson today that he's never played in snow, and he really doesn't want to play in snow. That gave me some hesitation. But I just really believe that the Ravens are a better team. And on defense, we talked about them stopping the run last week, and that's exactly right. They are big and strong up front. Pernell McPhee and Judon are great edge rushers. They blitz more than any team in the NFL by a far margin, and they have great coverage guys in the back end with Peters and that crew. So I really think that this is going to be a real different kind of game for Josh Allen. He's going to get all kind of different looks, all kind of different pressures. Ravens will get on top early. I like the Ravens, and I'm going to say that we're going to go with, and this is a 50 now. This is a 50 burger we're talking about, Rachael. But I'm going to say the over and the Ravens.
Yes, take the over. I love the over. And everybody was telling me that with the Colts-Bills game that it was not going to hit the over. I was crazy for thinking that the over hit. So we were good.
Barely.
And I'm taking the over this week. Barely, but I still got it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Right.
But no, look, I heard the snow comment myself, and I know that Lamar Jackson's never played in the snow. But first of all, one thing I've learned this year is that I feel like weather is kind of overrated. Like, I don't know, call me crazy, but in a lot of these games where I was told, oh, it's going to be snowy, it's going to be really cold, it's really windy, like take the under, it's going to be a run-heavy game. It wasn't. It really wasn't, and usually the over hit, and I was completely wrong. So I put less credence in the weather than most people. With that being said, Lamar Jackson may not have played in the snow before, but he's definitely played in the cold. I mean, right. Baltimore is cold. It gets cold in Louisville, Kentucky, and I think both of these teams are built to play in cold weather. Everybody, I feel like people are sleeping on Josh Allen in this game, though, because talking about, oh, the Rams are built to run it in the snow. That's how they're built. Well, last I checked, Josh Allen is thick with 2 C's, okay? He's thick. He got a little muscle, a little blubber. Like, he can handle the cold. He played in Wisconsin, and the dude can run as well. I'm taking the Bills to win this game, and since the spread is so close, I'm going to say that the Bills cover 2.5. I think that Lamar Jackson, he won his playoff game last week, and he looked great, and I love what they're doing over there, but I just believe in this Bills team a little bit more. Call me crazy, and of course I'm taking the over. Chelsa, how do you feel about the point total?
I don't love it, but I think I would side with you. I kind of like the Bills here just because it's so hard to slow down their offense the way they do it because, yeah, the Ravens are really good at stopping the run, but we've seen that their secondary is really, really good. And don't get me wrong, but I think Stephon Diggs, what he's been able to do this season, I think he's due for some big plays. And the fact that Josh Allen can still run the football, that adds another dynamic that you've got to stop on defense that obviously makes it harder. And I think that's why they've been able to succeed offensively so much this season.
Yep. MVP, you know what? If Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing in this league this year right now, I would say Josh Allen's probably going to win the MVP, but I digress. There you have it, guys. That's our picks for the Bills and the Ravens. Chelsa has Lamar going over 75.5 rushing yards. Was that correct?
74.5.
74.5. My bad. I'm sorry about that. She's taking the Bills to cover. I'm taking the Bills to cover. We're both going with the over on the point total. And Jeff, you were, tell me one more time, who'd you take in this game?
Take the Ravens and the over.
Ravens and the over. There you have it, guys. Let us know in the comments below. Bills Mafia, they going to take a step forward? Is Lamar Jackson going to get it? Y'all let us know. Let me know what you got going as well, because I might be needing to make some money off of you guys. All right, help us out. Let us know.